The morning air in Pattaya pressed warm against Vikas's skin as he lingered beneath the yellow awning of the wonderful inn, the tangled wires above him mirroring the knots of worry in his mind. His maroon shirt clung to his back, a silent testament to travel-worn resilience, while his straw hat, bought on a whim, sat slightly askew as if unsure of its place in the adventure. The bilingual signs on the building behind him reminded Vikas of the universality of struggle and hope. Each lang a bridge he had crossed on this journey. He hesitated, backpack strap digging into his shoulder, and in that pause, the familiar ping of chat vibrated through his phone. "You alive?" typed backseat emperor, the old doubter. His words blunt but laced with concern. Before Vikas could answer, Badan Mafik chimed in, his message bright and buoyant, a digital hand on the shoulder. "Big day ahead, brother. Remember, every step is a victory. You inspire us." For a moment, Vikas looked up into the blue tie sky, and something shifted inside him. Even here, half a world away from home, encouragement found him through patchwork wires and glowing screens. As Over and Master's cheery emoji parade scrolled by, Vikas felt the smallest spark of possibility, reminded that the road ahead, though uncertain, was never truly walked alone. Under the corrugated metal roof, with the weight of morning humidity clinging to him, Vikas steadied his camera and took a quiet breath, letting the familiar buzz of the market become a backdrop to his thoughts. In the glow of his screen, Badan Mafik's words blossomed. "Big day ahead, brother. Remember, every step is a victory. You inspire us." For a moment, Vikas's fatigue caught in the corners of his eyes, but the message felt like a gentle hand lifting his chin. Over and Master's emojis burst in, a parade of encouragement that almost drew a smile, reminding him that joy, even in digital form, could be a companion on the loneliest roads. "Good morning," chimed Danthaman 594 from faraway Germany, followed by, "How are you? Tired?" The honesty of those words, simple and unadorned, echoed Vikas's own weariness. Yet, hearing it from a distant friend transformed the feeling from isolation into solidarity. Jonas Whitson, always the guy that appeared with timely advice about bus routes and perseverance. Don't rush, Vikas. The journey is as much about the waiting as the arrival. Now, Vikas glanced at the travel fund. Overlay $140, a testament to trust and hope invested by strangers turned allies. As he looked up, the harsh fluorescence softened, and he caught his reflection in a vendor's window. A young man far from home, burdened and uncertain, but buoyed by the kindness flowing through Struenby and Shnon See Sheer Arbizes. In that still, humid moment, Vikas realized the real journey was not just across Thai highways, but towards the belief that against all odds, every step forward mattered, not just for himself, but for everyone walking with him, one message at a time. The bus terminal pulsed with the hum of new beginnings, sunlight spilling in from the open sides and painting the blue seats in gentle gold. Vikas sat quietly amid the gentle chaos, his maroon shirt sticky with the heat, wide-brimmed straw hat, shadowing eyes, both tired and hopeful. The Lalalin Coffee sign hung above a shuttered shop, its promise of warmth postponed. Yet nearby, the soft mechanical whir of a vending machine offered comfort in the form of a simple chocolate drink. His hands trembling only slightly as he selected it, savoring the small ritual of self-care. In his ear, the voices of his digital companions bridged the distance. "Black coffee, brother, for strength," urged Hoffman Capwell. "Always bearer of optimism," while Badan Mafik's message flickered across the screen, a string of encouragement. "Don't worry, kick is lagging, but we're still here. Every journey has hiccups, but you're never alone." Jonas Whitson Ever the guiding seeker chimed in, "Take it slow, Vikas. The road waits for no one, but wisdom comes to those who pause." Surrounded by strangers and the low murmur of the waiting crowd, Vikas let their words settle inside him, fortifying his spirit, even as technical glitches threatened to isolate him. The steady stream of messages reminded him that resilience wasn't about perfection. It was about connection, about choosing hope in the small, ordinary moments. With a grateful nod to the camera and a quiet sip of chocolate, Vikas felt the ripple of community lift him, proof that against all odds, every step forward was shared. A soft shaft of Pattaya sunlight filtered through the bus window, gilding the bold patterns of the seat where Vikas, SlumG, rested his cheek against his palm, a quiet half-smile betraying more hope than fatigue. As humming engines and distant tuk-tuk horns shaped the morning, his phone vibrated with the heartbeat of his chosen family. "My schedule's all messed up," confessed John. "What's going on?" His words tinged with the exhaustion of late-night support, yet laced with camaraderie. Baden Mafik piped in white days, is optimism undimmed by the hour. "Hopefully there isn't too much traffic for the airport tomorrow. At least you don't need to wake up super early." And their banter rolled in like laughter on a breeze, Mafik joking about secret feet pick fortunes, John teasing back with questions about the real currency of travel and dreams. Each exchange, even the playful ones, was a lifeline spun across continents, transforming loneliness into belonging, uncertainty into shared adventure. Over in Master's message flashed, "Vikas, play us a song, bro." And for a moment, the shouts of the market outside faded as possibility took center stage. "Onwards and upwards, brother. Always move forward," cheered Hardcore X. And Jonas Whitson's steady advice, "Look into it first, then see if it is right for you or not. Try to have 2 bank accounts," landed with the quiet assurance of a mentor. Vikas gazed at the travel fund overlay. The number's no longer just money, but proof of trust and community. In that lazy morning lull, surrounded by digital voices and the soft promise of sunlight, Vikas felt the bus wasn't simply carrying him forward. It was bearing the collective weight of hope, resilience, and 1,000 small acts of kindness, each one quietly urging him, "You are not alone, and your journey matters." Sunlight spilled through the hazy glass as the bus ambled along, painting SlumG's maroon shirt and straw hat with a golden brush. The swirling blue and orange patterns of the seat beneath him echoing the newfound whirl inside his heart. He grinned as the trimmed green hedges slipped by, the morning ripe with possibility, his small world expanding beyond the window and into the chorus of voices calling from the digital ether. "Play good riddance, time of your life." Vikas, over in Master urged, his message pulsing with nostalgia and hope, inviting a moment of reflection. Badamafik chimed in, "I am surprised no one told you about Wise. It's popular for sharing journeys, brother, like splitting a meal. Everyone does their part." Their words were not just advice, but reminders that even across continents, community could be assembled from fragments of kindness. "So what's your next plan, Slum?" Jonas Whitson typed. His curiosity always steady, always present, as if to say, every destination is a new beginning. SlumG laughed quietly, his gaze lingering on the bright sky, then turned back to the chat and promised maybe a tuk-tuk road trip in India, maybe a streamer house. Something for all of us. The optimism rippled outward, plans for future journeys, soft encouragements about family, bold ideas about subathons and new beginnings. Each message a thread in the tapestry of his courage. In that bright, ordinary moment, Vikas felt the weight of uncertainty lift, replaced instead by a sense of belonging that transcended borders and setbacks. He realized as the bus rolled onward through Pattaya's waking streets that resilience wasn't about walking alone. It was about carrying and being carried by the unwavering hope of others. The bus hummed beneath SlumG as he grinned at the camera, tongue playfully out, a small act of rebellion against the invisible weight of a $0 travel fund hovering above the stream overlay. Outside, sunlight spilled across the highway, painting movement and hope onto his cheek, while inside, the patterned blue and orange seats became a patchwork quilt of stories, each swirl a memory, each color a promise. Over in Master's encouragement echoed, "Sing, Vikas, sing a song to remember everything you loved on vacation and to carry it home." His words like a breeze lifting uncertainty. Badamafik, ever the uplifter, chimed in with infectious optimism. "Manifest it, make the dream a reality. It will flow." Even as John was going on, his pragmatic question broke through. How much? And Chat's playful sound effect commands swirled in the air. Vikas found himself laughing. The sound honest and resonant. The collective spirit in Chat became a chorus of resilience through nostalgia, jokes about midnight drives and missed hotels, and even teasing about souvenirs. A deeper truth emerged. Every setback, every empty fund, every goodbye was an invitation to grow. Hoffman Kappel's gentle sign off lingered. Make plans, dream big, reminding Vikas that the road ahead, uncertain as it was, teemed with possibility. In that bright moment with community rallying and doubts melting into music and laughter, Vikas understood the journey's gift. Transformation didn't come from perfect circumstances, but from ordinary courage, the kind found in a bus seat, a morning sunbeam, and the unwavering hope of friends who believed, and against all odds, that each new day was worth singing for. The bus rocked gently through Pattaya's morning, and SlumG, Vikas sat wrapped in sunlight and uncertainty, his maroon shirt damp with hope and the humid weight of 1,000 possibilities. The world outside blurred by in streaks of green and gold, but within the bus, color swirled everywhere. The riotous patterns of the seats, the luminous screen in his hand. A chorus of digital voices rose from the chat, forging the day's first bright thread. What is done with time, money, and house is also content. Urged Badan Mafik, his optimism undimmed by the empty travel fund, seeing not lack but the promise of new beginnings. Over on Master's laughter shimmered in. If you drive scooter to Mount Everest, can we go on a hunt to find and for a moment, the impossible felt possible. Adventure blooming in the quiet click-clack of wheels on asphalt. Jonas Whitson's wise interjection. "So what's your next plan, Slum?" cut through the noise, grounding dreams in reality, while ex-hardcore X rallied everyone. Bollywood takeover. That unlikely unity of encouragement and wild ideas settled around Vikas like armor. And as he gazed out the window, the empty travel fund no longer felt like a deficit, but a dare to find wonder, connection, and meaning, not just in the places he visited, but in the journey itself. In that sunlit moment, with community carrying him farther than any bus ever could, Vikas understood that resilience was measured not in money or miles, but in the courage to imagine, the humility to ask for help, and the grace to accept it, one bright message at a time. Sunlight spilled in golden threads through the streaked window, painting SlumG's resting face with the promise of a new day as the bus rumbled through Pattaya's awakening streets. His straw hat frayed at the edges but proudly worn, cast a gentle shadow over eyes, closed not in defeat, but in the peaceful surrender of trust, that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is allow yourself to rest. The blue and orange patterns of the bus seat curled around him like waves, a quiet reminder the beauty could be found even in the most ordinary corners of a journey. In the hush, Over Master's message stirred the silence. That was an awesome time at the haircut place. Vikas, are you going to miss Simon? That was a cute stream together. The words, half joking and half tender, floated like a melody, coaxing a sleepy smile from Vikas's lips. From the shadows, Nillian Key offered an observation, simple, almost whispered. Chat going to fall. It landed softly, not as warning, but as a promise that even if the stream wavered, the community would hold him up. The travel fund overlay, 0 no longer felt like a verdict, but an invitation to believe in the generosity of tomorrow, to let hope gather quietly with each passing mile. As the bus swayed and pastel buildings blurred by, SlumG's nap became more than a pause. It was a declaration of resilience, a moment where the exhaustion of the road was answered not with loneliness, but with the gentle chorus of friends who would carry him home, one message at a time. The airport was a cathedral of possibility, glass rafters catching Pattaya's radiant morning sun, casting hope in every direction as travelers surged forward, each a protagonist in their own quiet odyssey. Vikas paused just inside the entrance, the weight of his battered backpack, reminder of how far he'd come, the maroon shirt and straw hat marking him as both wanderer and survivor. All around, the world moved in swift, purposeful currents. A man in gray, suitcase gleaming, strode beside a woman whose black attire mirrored the seriousness of their shared journey, while distant families huddled by kiosks labeled Mrs. Rapp, each story distinct, yet threaded together by the anticipation of what waited beyond the departures board. The chat, never silent, pulsed in his ear. Get some good rest, Vikas, and be careful, please, Overmaster urged, his words like a gentle hand steadying Vikas amid the swirl. In the pause that followed, Jedi's tip arrived. Quiet breakthrough. Small but powerful act of kindness. And almost at once, Jedi himself appeared. Voice tinged with vulnerability. Sorry, bro, I've been going through some stuff, he admitted. And for a heartbeat, airport and stream became one. A fellowship of travelers offering each other courage to go on. Over and cheered, Big W, a Jedi. Nullian's silent presence lingered, watchful and steady, a reminder that every journey is witnessed, even by those who rarely speak. You've been there quite a while, Jedi reflected, not as a criticism, but as awe at the resilience it takes to keep moving. Vikas smiled, feeling the tide of the crowd, but anchored by these voices. Proof that even among strangers in the liminal halls of departure, resilience flourished not in grand declarations, but in the simple, honest exchange of hope, kindness, and the quiet assurance that, against all odds, no one walked alone. A hush hovered in the luminous expanse of Suvarnabhumi's departures hall. Morning sunlight pouring through glass, gilding the silent forest of digital flight boards with the promise of distant horizons. As Vikas steadied his camera on the endless scroll of destinations, Mandalay, Paris, Chiang Mai, he felt the weight of finality mingle with hope. The King Power sign overhead, a gentle reminder of the inner strength this journey had kindled. The chat pulsed softly in his ear. A thread of voices carried across continents. F, typed Nullian Key, his simple letter hanging in the air like a quiet benediction, saying so much by saying so little, holding space for the unspoken ache of goodbyes. Then Rolfin Swither appeared with the clarity of a seasoned pathfinder. Where you go, Vikas. The world opens for those brave enough to leave, but don't forget, every stop is also a beginning. Over in Master's exuberance broke through. Perfect song for the moment, brothers. Yeah, bro. And suddenly the departures board was not just a list of flights, but a mosaic of possibility, each gate another chance for renewal. Vikas glanced at his reflection in the polished floor, seeing not only a tired traveler, but a man transformed by trials, kindness, and the ripple effect of community. He spoke, voice